and welcome to the latest Reading Tutor video. This one is, well, I'm doing a screen recording, as you can see, because I found this article. It's one of those doom and gloom articles about the decline of literacy and the fact that people don't read anymore because we're so busy on our smartphones and on our computers, kind of like you are now and I was when I recorded this. So people just aren't reading anymore. And this article is by Niall Ferguson. It's called "Without Books, We Will Be Barbarians." So remember, the last time I did a recording like this, it was about handwriting. It was an article from Psychology Today, which, I mean, handwriting is at the beginning of literacy. This is all about actual reading, comprehension, making decisions, understanding books, and just being able to enjoy them, which, I mean, a lot of people don't do these days. We've been reading about the decline of literacy, the decline of reading for years. Apparently it's still declining. Yeah, that's a bad thing. But doom and gloom is something that people are always interested in. It's certainly more interesting than, butterflies and wonderfulness. So, let's go with some gloom and doom. Again, like we did with the handwriting article, rather than me read to you, we're going to read together. So this is from kind of far down in the article. And he's talking about a post-literate society, which will look much like a pre-literate one. And Mr. Ferguson writes, "If we gradually cease to base our social and political organization on the written word, it follows that there will be three consequences. First, we shall quickly be cut off from the heritage of all the great civilizations, as books are the principal repository of past thought. Books are the principal way a civilized person learns about the distinction between noble and ignoble conduct, for example. This means that the next generation will have a significantly larger proportion of outright barbarians than any in the past century. For people are not innately civilized. The fewer books they have read, the more easily they can be persuaded that, for example, Adolf Hitler was the hero of World War II and Winston Churchill the villain." We're not going to open the link. Sorry. Second, we shall revert to the pre-literary conflation of present and past, history and myth, individual and collective. The essence of the conspiracy theory is that it preys on the illiterate mind. Which gets me thinking, conspiracy theories prey on people who may not be completely illiterate, but who don't understand because they don't read enough. And I'm sure there's a lot more to be said about that, but we're not going to say it now because this is about learning to read, the importance of reading, and so let's continue. Third, we shall quickly lose the ability to think analytically because the crucial way our civilization has been transmitted from generation to generation is through the great writers, from whom we learn how to structure an argument so that it is clearly intelligible to others. You may think you are learning from the podcasts you listen to, but I defy you to write down the arguments you heard a week ago, much less the evidence that was adduced in support of them. Yeah, I listen to podcasts too. Some of them are good. Well, the bad ones I just tune out and turn off. But again, let's go back to great writers. We learn from great writers. I mean, we can learn from crummy writers too, but we learn the opposite lesson from crummy writers. Like, I don't want to think like that. Great writers teach us how to think. Crummy writers teach us how not to think. A lot of this article was based on another article by Jack Goody and Ian Watt called The Consequences of Literacy, which I have right here. And if we read it, let's read the first paragraph together. Read with me. The accepted tripartite divisions of the formal study both of mankind's past and present are to a considerable extent based on man's development first of language and later of writing. Looked at in the perspective of time, man's biological evolution shades into prehistory when he becomes a language-using animal. Add writing, and history proper begins. Looked at in a temporal perspective, man as animal is studied primarily by the zoologist, man as talking animal primarily by the anthropologist, and man as talking and writing animal primarily by the sociologist. Yeah, a little bit dry, and there's 42 pages of it. I have not read this yet. I might down the road. I want to, which is why I have it bookmarked. The problem is I'm better at pulling a book off my shelf than I am at getting to a bookmarked article on the internet. I am going to put the links for both of these articles in the comments section. And then it's up to you whether you want to go and read them. This article, the Niall Ferguson article, might be behind a paywall. But it is still worth reading. Anyways, I hope you liked this podcast. No, this is not a podcast. I hope you liked... it is a podcast. I hope you liked this episode. Make sure you like it. Hit like. It's easy. And subscribe, and if you need any help with reading, literacy, writing, contact me. Either leave a message on YouTube or in the comments, or you can leave a message on Facebook on my Reading Tutor Facebook page. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.